All right, what's happening, YouTube? Doug Bass here. This is going to be a series on music, and specifically the bass guitar. And I'm going to start off from the very beginning when you first pick up this instrument and you're just learning how to play. And my goal is to give you some tips to make it easier for you to play, and the easier it is for you to learn this instrument, the more fun you'll have, and consequently, the more you will stick with it and learn on this instrument, okay? It looks very intimidating, okay? Because it's a lot bigger than your average guitar. Although it has less strings, it looks a lot more physically demanding to play. But that is deceiving because it is not. So let's start out with some reasons why people stop playing this instrument from the beginner perspective, okay? In my opinion, the number one reason people quit playing this instrument is because it is too hard to play for them to actually make a good sound with. And they get very frustrated and they give it up, and the thing sits in the corner and they never touch it again, or they just sell it, you know, and move on to something else. That's a very easy thing to fix, okay? When you get your instrument, if it is not set up correctly, that should be number one on your agenda. Go and get it set up. And the setup consists of lowering the strings and putting the proper amount of relief in the neck so that it is more comfortable to play. The more comfortable it is for you to play, the easier it will be, and you'll stick with it, okay? If it's too hard, people get frustrated. I understand. People get frustrated and they just quit. Especially these days, you know, when kids are starting out at a very, very young age, and they see their heroes playing music and they want to be just like their heroes, so they pick it up and they start wailing away on it. And within a couple of minutes, their hands are cramping up and it hurts, you know. So a good setup will alleviate most of that problem, okay? It'll cost you, depending on the area you live in, anywhere from $40 to $60, okay? I would have it done at the music store where you bought the bass, if you bought it from a music store. That should be a perk that that the instrument comes with. If you buy it from them, you get a free setup. If not, go ahead and pay for it anyway. If they don't give it to you free, go ahead and pay for it anyway because it is well worth the money. All right? Because it will make this thing a lot easier for you to play and cause a lot less frustration. Now, once you get it set up, you're going to want to find yourself a good quality strap. This is a custom, excuse me, this is a custom leather strap. Uh, Pretty pricey, but for me at my age, well worth it because you know the skinny straps and hanging it down by your knees and all that stuff that looks cool, but it's not very good for your posture and your back and your neck and your shoulder and all of that stuff. It's going to cause you a lot of pain. All right. So what I did was I got me a nice wide strap made out of some soft leather. It has a pad in it. Let me show you here. Has a nice foam pad in it to where it doesn't hang too hard on my shoulder and cause me pain. If you notice, there's a theme here. It's all about alleviating pain, as much pain as possible, because when people are in pain, they tend to quit. All right, so you want to alleviate the pain. All right, the next thing is setting up your strap to where you should be comfortable playing. Now, in the beginning stages of playing this instrument, you're probably going to be sitting down a lot, okay, instead of standing up. So what I do is I adjust my strap to where it is the same position whether I'm sitting or standing. Right now I'm sitting in a chair that's not very comfortable for this type of thing, but you'll get the idea. Let me stand up here so you can see. My base is right here. When I stand up, if I sit down on the stool, it's in the same place, right? This keeps me from having to adjust to a different position when I'm playing, whether I'm sitting or standing. I can use the same techniques, the same position, and I don't have to change anything up. For me, that's good. Now there are a lot of people, especially young rockers, who like to wear their instrument very low. If that's your thing, okay, but it's going to cost you in health and pain. Just be aware of that because it may look cool, but it's going to cost you because it's going to make your wrist bend in bad angles and it's going to hurt right in here. It's going to cause you to cramp up. And, like I said, it may look cool, but it's not the best way to play. People do it in bands and stuff. They do that strictly for the look. Okay, this is show business. Okay, when you're looking at something on TV, especially videos or rock bands or whatever, you got to remember it's show business. So they're all about the look and the cool factor. Okay, it ain't too cool to be in a punk rock. I'm in a heavy metal band or a punk rock band, and you got your bass way up here. You know, that doesn't look too cool. That may be cool for a jazz band, but rockers like it way, way down there. So they can, they can play down here like this. And as you can see, my hand, if my instrument is way down here, take this off. If my instrument is way down here, this hand is fine, but this one, it's going to be kind of hard for me to get around, you know. But hey, if that's the way you want to play, do what you got to do. Another thing I recommend, strap locks. Whether you get, doesn't matter what kind you get, but these hold your bass very securely and will keep it from falling off your strap. Trust me, it does happen. I've dropped a few of them on stage, and it ain't cool, especially when you got a nice, expensive bass and it's set up correctly and it hits the floor. That sudden jarring on the floor is going to cause it to go out of whack and lose tuning and all that stuff, and now you're fumbling around on stage trying to figure out how to get your bass back to playability while you're in the middle of a gig. Not cool. All right, so strap locks. This thing ain't coming off unless I take it off. All right, so that'll be it for this segment. Like I said, this is strictly beginner stuff, so anybody who is advanced is going to be past this, but this is just for when you first pick up your bass. All right, when you first got it from the store. If you're a parent and you're buying an instrument for your child who's young, do them a favor before you present them with the instrument. Take it to a tech and get it set up. That way it makes it easier for them to play. The smaller the child, the smaller the hands, the harder it's going to be to press these strings down and make a note. All right, and the harder it is for them to do anything with it, the shorter amount of time they're going to spend with it. Okay, so if you don't want to waste your money and have an instrument sitting in the corner and your kid doesn't play it, you might want to take it and get it set up. That way it's easier for them to play. All right, they'll get more enjoyment out of it, and it'll help prevent injuries to their hands, the tendons in their hands and wrists, fingers and stuff like that from playing. Because kids, once they get interested into this music, they'll spend all day, all night locked away in their bedroom just shedding, playing, learning this instrument, right? And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But if they're going to do that, you want to make it as easy for them to play as possible. That way, they'll stick with it and get more enjoyment out of it. All right. This is a very fun instrument to play. Okay. And if it's too frustrating, it's not going to be fun. All right. So there you go. Love, peace, and hair grease, baby. I'm out.